Gucci go.
We're live.
Oh, yay.
Hey, this is KJ Workman with Not Subtle.SEEN podcast with my co-host, Melvyn Bermúdez.
Nailed it this time. We've been struggling the last few episodes.
You didn't know his name?
Listen, girl, listen.
Every time.
She's like,
Ordinary.
very out of the orbillary.
Nice to meet you.
Right.
We are here with our special guest, Chantel DiMuzio. See that one? I didn't
I was about to say, everybody butchers that. How do you butcher Melvyn and not that?
I butchered that in my head, though. That's why I'm glad you said it.
I practiced it on the way here like 20 times. Your name's easier to say.
And you said it correctly.
Thank you.
Everyone wants to say Chantal.
Chantal.
It's
well,
not Chantal.
No. Well, I knew that part.
Chantal?
Chantal. I get
That sounds
it all
fancy,
the time.
though.
Or Chanel.
Oh.
Like there's very
Chanel.
clearly a T. Chanel.
You know, I get Carl all the time.
I get Marvin, so there's
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
it.
we'll just go with it.
Yeah.
Reading's hard. That should be like part of a test to get into real estate. Like, can you read people's names?
Or just be a substitute
Like, I
teacher
do understand, like, if
for
it's
a
like
little while.
their name is like they fell asleep on a keyboard. Like, all right. But like Chantel,
I feel like Chantel's not
Melvyn.
that hard.
It's not.
It's very phonetic. You just read it. It's very phonetic.
KJ's not even hard. It's two letters.
It's
Yeah.
I just wanted to try
How
that.
many times you CJ?
Oh yeah, we got CJ. Well, the
That's a
K
tough
stands for
one.
Carrie, so the I often gets missed as a L, and I'm like, Carl.
First step in real estate: spell correctly and proofread your clients' names on your contracts.
Well,
just
that
saying.
eliminates about 90% of agents right there.
You know,
We
facts.
just need some uncommon sense. Like, obviously, I'm not Carl. Okay, but we're here with
Facts.
Chantal.
No.
Don't you do
No,
that
you did it
to
right the
her.
first time. You did it right the first time.
Her name is Chantel.
Chantel.
Get it right. It's not hard. Chantel DiMuzio. She is, I think, probably one of the first realtors that worked with me on the title side. So she's probably like an OG.
Oh, gee.
Yes.
An
Do you
OG.
remember where you met me at?
Book club.
Yes.
At book club.
We decided we needed to read more.
Yeah.
And it became a business deal.
Yeah.
Have you read since then?
I am killing it. I am reading so
Okay.
many books now because of that book club.
And we're still, I'm still in the book club. I showed up last time not having read it at all because I'm into my fairy-smut. So I had to get through my 37.
Oh, yeah, you got like
Oh, shit, yeah.
37 copies or something.
I had to get through a whole series. It takes a while, but
That's a commitment. No thanks.
I do show up and talk, and I ask lots of questions. So I'm fully engaged. I also
You did good.
go through at least.
I would never have guessed you hadn't read it.
Other than I announced it to the world.
Literally.
But
And she loves to send me the AI versions of her characters in the book. I'm like, okay.
I do.
All right.
Oh, yeah. I can't. I'm not on board with fantasy. It's not my thing.
It was
my
never
genre.
my thing until we read. Remember, for book club, we read Akatar, the first one of that got me. It's like the gateway drug.
I think I
of
didn't
fantasy.
read that. I think I skipped
heard
that
of it.
month.
Oh, you skipped that month. You're like romantasy.
I'm like,
no, thank
fantasy.
you.
Romantasy?
busy.
That's a word.
Romantasy. Yeah.
It's now.
It is now. It's a romance fantasy. You got to have some smut. Otherwise, it's just fantasy. It's just like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Oh, who would read that?
I know. Nobody's ever read
God
that
forbid they have like 8 movies about it.
book. 8-hour movies about
Well,
it.
literally. Right.
They
You got to take a full vacation to get through that series. Literally. PTO out. Add in Harry Potter, done for the year. No PTO for the rest of your life.
I had to catch up on my folklore.
Yeah. My goodness.
But thank you for joining us today.
Yes. Thank you
happy
for
to-
having me.
Yeah, we were looking forward to this one because we've been trying to get you on for a while.
I know.
Facts.
It just has never worked out, but
Well, we got
Finally, I'm
smart
here.
and like sent out a scheduling link.
that
And
was
then-
very smart.
right. And then you got to pick the day that worked for you.
Yes.
Which instead of being like, hey,
And get to be in the beautiful studio.
thank you.
You know, sometimes it's as simple as that too. Even in in business, sometimes if people say all the time, "I just don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time." I'm like, I realized late in the game because I played that same thing. It took time. It took me a good 3 to 4 hours to set up the calendar properly. But the amount of time it's saving on the back end and not have to manage it or go through or back and forth and back and forth.
100%.
I mean, how many hours and minutes do you take just going back and forth with your clients, your customers, just trying to find a day that
Yeah.
works? If you had the opportunity, and I know it's not for everyone, for this particular thing it worked, but I went in there and said, okay, here's the 2 days per month, each month that we blocked. I'm just going to make just those available. And if it doesn't work for that agent, they can reach out to me and be like, hey, none of these work. And then we'll go to a plan B if we have to.
Right.
But to this point, that hasn't happened yet. Everyone finds the time that works for them.
See, I don't believe
So-
anybody doesn't have time. I believe you don't
Facts.
have priorities. or you don't have organization, or you don't have both.
Correct.
You have time. It's just a matter of figuring out where to place it in your life.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. We all have the same amount of
Yeah.
time. We still have the same 24 hours a day. I think someone says it in like minutes or seconds. Like we all have the same amount, and I don't know that off the top of my head, but we all have the same. It's like priorities. But then I try to attach the word drive to that, because if what you're doing, if you don't have some drive behind it, you aren't ever going to do it. So you have to really want it. And then on top of wanting it, you have to have some discipline around doing it. Doing it when you don't even want to do it, because you know it's a priority.
You are describing to a T what I did before real estate.
Okay, so that actually leads us into our first question. Where did you start? What was your other career before real estate?
I was a personal trainer. And
You still are, though.
I don't personal train anymore.
Oh.
I'm a group fitness instructor. I still do that, still teach yoga, Pilates, and I do that now as a tie-in to my real estate business. But when my kids were little, I was exclusively a personal trainer and group exercise instructor. It pays well. It's built-in time to work out. The group exercise, not the personal training, but the group exercise. And it was, I only had to work 10, 15 hours a week.
Right.
And I got a decent little paycheck, and it worked when my kids were little.
You're like, I paid for groceries.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome.
I provided the fun stuff for the kids.
Cool.
A lot of people, they get into real estate and our schedule is so flexible, right? Everyone's like, I want to get into it for the flexibility, when it's really not. I mean, it is. It can be.
It can be.
It can be. It depends on how.
It depends on how
far you
much
wanna
you're
go.
taking on.
Correct.
But people will often like put things like exercise or meal planning off. Like once they get into this field, people like will stop exercising and they'll stop taking care of their brain, their bodies, all of that good stuff. And it really reflects inside your business.
Yes, and the stress catches up to you 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, the stress catches up. You need an outlet. You need something to keep your mind and your body healthy along the way. Because if you get sick as a real estate agent, you're done.
You know, not only does the stress catch up with you, it is something. Actually, this is something I haven't thought about until you said that. My brain started clicking, but I feel like it adds the not being healthy piece and like letting your body go and letting everything go just as a result of the job that you're into, whatever you switched over to. I see it adds another layer of stress because the world of social media, right? You think of these agents who are now photoshopping and face editing and face tuning, and I mean, they're morphing their real bodies and images with apps because they haven't taken the time to take care of themselves properly.
Right. I was just about to say that. Yeah.
And then they're comparing themselves to the other people who are, and then they're coming up with this like, I don't even know what the word I'm looking for is. I'm losing my words today, but they're coming up with this like false image of like what a real estate agent should be or what they should look like. And they're comparing themselves to other people. And then they're down on themselves because they don't look as good. And then they constantly are, I'm going to do more later. And later never comes.
Yeah, because you didn't schedule it.
It's just like a snowball.
and
It's a
prioritize.
snowball. Yeah. Schedule, prioritize. What are your priorities? And I think being healthy is a huge priority in our industry. I think we've all taken a really huge step this year into our health and we've forced ourselves at some points just to take a breather.
Yeah, you have to. Stress will get you.
Because it will. And at the end of the day, I think what a lot of people have to realize is if you're the expert in what you do, sometimes that response can wait. Like I don't need to, get a image or graphic out at 10 p.m. at night for an agent of mine that has brokers open like 2 weeks from now. You know what I mean? Like I can wait until the morning and finish it in a timely manner.
Are you working out at 10 o'clock at night?
Working out? No, because I would never sleep. I don't sleep as it is, but if I work out past 6 p.m. ish, my body goes into overdrive and I will not be able to sleep.
Interesting.
Yeah. With or without pre-workout. Like my body just kicks on and
Even
I'm
something
wide awake.
like yoga or something that's a little slower, more meditative.
I tried. Mentally, I can't do yoga. I don't know why. Like my brain is always racing and it irritates me. Like it does.
You're that guy that leaves during the last 10-minute meditation
I would be.
time.
Like I love the stretching
Shavasana.
part of it.
Roll up my mat and leave.
Yeah, I love the stretching out. I love everything that it's about, right? But like the only yoga I think I've done that it's enjoyable was goat yoga, and that's not real yoga.
No, that's
But
hanging
it's
out
because
with
my
goats.
brain is like occupied. I can't and it's the same reason like running. Like I know I need to run, and when I run, it does more for my body than like a regular workout. Like I feel it everywhere, but mentally I can't run because my brain is constantly like bored of running, bored during yoga, bored during anything that I can't
Dude.
like. I'm not like tinkering.
If
I'm
you're
screwed.
bored during running,
Right.
you got some issues.
I know.
I get bored during running. I do. I have to be like, I love Zumba because it's different every second.
Yeah.
But I cannot run.
Oh,
I can't run. You put me in a
running's my
straight line,
stress
done.
outlet.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you run a lot. You do a lot of 5Ks.
5Ks. 5Ks now. Many years of half marathons and full marathons.
Wild.
And then 8 full marathons, and I don't even know how many halves. At least 35 halves.
Wow. Did you say 35?
Yeah. A lot.
So she's a runner.
Yeah. It was like...
We got
She's a runner. She's a track star.
4 or 5 a year for many years.
Crazy.
Yeah. Now my knees are getting older though.
Yeah,
And
I've
I
had 3
can't
knee
run
surgeries,
as far.
so it hurts.
Yeah, as far as long as I used to. But I still run. I ran this morning.
Yeah. You're always talking about it. I'm like, oh, good for her. That's awesome.
I could do mud
Yes.
runs because it occupies my brain because like I can
Right.
run. And
Oh, I
then
was
stop
so
and do
annoyed. I
something,
did one of
but-
those. I got so annoyed because those stupid obstacles were in the way of my running. It's like run, quarter of a mile. Oh, let's climb this giant net. I don't want to climb the net. I just want to run.
Oh, see that I'm the opposite.
Get out of my
I'm
way.
like, give me the net, throw me in the ice bucket,
Yeah, jump in the ice bucket.
electrocute me through the thing.
Stop it!
I'm in.
You're interrupting my running.
Oh,
Get this crap out of my
see?
way.
Something for everyone. See?
Yeah, one and done with that. I
Are
did
you,
that
an
savage
Earth
race.
sign? What's your star sign?
Capricorn?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. Oh my God. If you read the definition of a Capricorn, I was like, yes, that's me.
I almost said,
That's
"Are
me.
you a Capricorn?"
That's
And I'm
me.
like, "No, I'll open it up to all the Earth signs." That's definitely a trait of that.
Oh yeah.
That's
One day I'll
funny.
learn.
I wish I
that
could
means.
deny my sign. I cannot.
Yes,
It is who I am.
same for me. Actually, both of my other signs are Capricorn, but you would never believe it. I'm only a Capricorn in private. I don't.
You're a closet Capricorn.
I'm a closet Capricorn.
Usually Capricorns are very upfront about who they are. Like
If that's their sun sign, for sure, but it's not.
Yes.
I'm a Sagittarius, so I'm like, I hide that shit. I'm like, oh, all my Sagittarius friends are gonna be like, who are you? Okay.
God, are your friends
Sorry.
categorized in your phone by earth signs?
Yeah, I put all
That'd be
y'all signs in
hilarious.
my phone, so I know.
Oh,
Like,
that's funny. I
today
only
I'm
know
gonna
my
message the
own.
Libras.
I don't know. I really don't know anything about any other signs.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I still don't. And she teaches me, and I still am like, I have
It
no
still
idea.
shocks him. It shocks Donnie. He's like,
Don't like candy corn.
I'll guess. Like, just like, I'm like, you're an earth sign. I could just tell.
I think it's pretty cool
with other,
that you could tell that.
and people are like, oh, it's not real. And I'm like, well, then how am I so
How
good
do you
at
know?
it?
Yeah.
How am I so good at it if it's not real?
That could be a whole nother podcast.
I know. Can I just have this room to myself and just talk?
We'll bring
yeah.
people in and you can
Bonus
talk to them for
episode.
5 minutes and then identify what their sign is.
Ooh, wow.
Like
that's
a
good
speed,
idea.
like a speed dating thing.
Yeah, a speed
You
star
have
sign
1
guesser.
minute to talk to them and see if you can identify.
Tell me
their
about
sign.
yourself, and I'll ask you some
We'll
questions.
start with
Yeah.
the collective. We'll go through everyone one by one.
Yeah.
See if she can do it.
No pressure.
Yeah.
It's like the guy. It's like the guy at the fair that guesses your weight.
Yes, she's a sign guesser.
What's the prize? You get like a 50-cent inflatable hammer. Here you go.
I'm like really.
Thanks for spending $20 for this.
Seriously, like on sports, we're watching football or whatever, and they'll be talking about a player, like, oh, he did like a little bit about his backstory, and I'll be like, ooh, that dude's a Capricorn, that dude's a Libra, that dude's a
I
Gemini.
think that's a very special thing.
Thank you.
You should do something with
It's
that.
fun. Let's get back to the topic on hand. So we were talking about you getting into real estate. You were a personal trainer before, kind of
Yes.
just doing something outside your house. You're
Yeah,
a big people person, I would say.
Yeah, I was working with the Y for years. Still do. Still work with the Spurley No Y on Big Bend. Just teaching classes now. No more personal training. So in 2020 is when I got licensed in real estate. So coming up on 5 years
COVID.
in November. Which one? But
Nailed it.
5 years.
Well, congrats for making it through.
Yes,
the
because
COVID
that
era.
was a very, very difficult time.
It was wild.
It was. Yeah, it was get licensed, which teaches you absolutely nothing that you need to know.
Facts.
And
True.
join a brokerage, which you don't even understand what that exactly means. And oh, by the way, there's 3% interest rates, and everybody's flooding in from the north and moving to Florida, and houses are getting 40,
Flooding in
50
from the north.
offers, and It's absolute chaos and madness. But here you go. You don't even know how to write a contract, but
here,
jump right in.
Right,
the water's
rip
warm.
the training wheels right off.
Right, 17 for one family in one day.
Yeah, my very first clients, we went to an open house that there was 45 people at the open house.
I remember. I was a full-time agent at the time.
Yes, and it was highest and best, and there were deadlines, and you could bid 20, 50, 100 grand over and still not get the house.
Crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah. And now all those poor people are the ones who are trying to sell now and having a very hard time with it.
You're right.
Because reality set in after COVID.
Yeah.
Big time.
In Florida. My company's saying I have to go back into the office in Joyce. I got to go back into the office in Joyce. I got a house in Florida I got to sell.
I got a house in Florida that I severely overpaid for that now I have to try to sell
in a down market.
And I still think it's 2021 and I think I should get this much for it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. But I paid 100 grand over for this house. Why is no one offering?
And they'd be like, oh, I put in new floors.
Yeah. Well,
great. That's not going to get you 100 grand,
no,
Sally.
Doesn't translate.
But I put in shutters. Cute.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We're still short 100K.
Right. Yeah.
The new construction around the corner is kind of blown you out of proportion. So I'm sorry.
And tell me what you think, because you're out there every day working with buyers. We're obviously, once someone goes under contract is when we're kind of pulled into stuff. We work with agents for open houses and brokers open. So we do see the struggle from our side, but from being in the business on a day-to-day basis, are buyers just hesitant due to interest rates, due to they don't like the properties that are available, they don't know if they're ready to buy, inflation? Like, what would you say maybe the top one or two things holding people back?
Well, I'd say definitely the interest rates, that they've been just stubbornly high for a couple of years now. But for Florida, in the Florida market, it was those hurricanes last year.
True.
100%. It was Hurricane Helene and the flooding, followed double whammy with Hurricane Milton, with all the wind damage, and people got scared. And
scared.
Rightfully so.
And they ran away from the coast.
Right.
But I still got this house over here I need to sell. But
right.
I ran to Orlando, or I ran to Georgia or North Carolina, and these houses are just sitting 100 days, 200 days on the market. It's crazy.
It is. Even prior to COVID, because I was an agent for a couple years before COVID hit, and that was a pretty regular market, pretty balanced. You could make an offer. A house would sit 30 to 45 days on average, and you wouldn't be able to negotiate as a buyer at that point. I'm not seeing that. I see us definitely looking into more of a buyer's market in this area. Mm-hmm. If you look, if you're in this area and you're looking on your stellar fact sheet, looking at what's pending, what price drops, the thing I see the most is price drops.
Yes.
Because people are like, oh crap. Yeah. I mean, it's just time. But
well,
you can only drop it so far.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Well, and I heard the term, I don't even remember where I saw it. It was tornado market. Which totally makes sense for Tampa Bay. And what that means is it either hits very hard, very fast, or it skips right over you, which is exactly what you see. So you have a new house come on the market that is priced right, very important. They want move-in ready. They want everything done. Like, I can pick up my suitcase and come and sit on the floor and eat dinner here tonight. And they want everything perfect and ready for them to move in. And that house can get picked up in a day, whereas the one 5 houses down may be still sitting there, 100 days plus on the market because it wasn't priced right, or it's not move-in ready. So I think that term is very good. Buyers are out there. I feel like they're lurking. They're like in the shadows. Like,
they're always lurking.
Yeah, they're lurking. They're peeking. They're waiting.
Waiting for what, though?
Waiting for the right house to come up. And if it's the right house, I mean, we do see them. They'll get picked up very quickly.
So then they become the tornado. And they're like, that one.
Yep. And then, but we just skipped right over those houses that are still sitting there.
So that's the thing. They're waiting for the right house.
Dust.
What I'm seeing a lot of is with that mindset, right? They're waiting for the right house. I don't see a lot of agents doing the due diligence to fill the gaps in for what is the right house for this person. Especially a lot of the newer agents, they're just like, they get a lead and they're like, oh, they like this house, right? But they don't really dive in to the reasoning behind it. Why is this your perfect house? Like, is it because of the yard? Is it because of the kids? Is it because of this? Because of that? The neighborhood, the schools? You know, what is it that is driving? There's not enough discovery questions, and I guess is the way to put it, that I think people are asking to determine what the right house is for someone. They're very surface level. How many bedrooms and bathrooms? You need a pool, and like that's it. Yeah. I'm like, you didn't dive into any reasoning behind where they're coming from. Why are they coming here? Are they local and just moving? Are they upsizing? Are they downsizing? Are they having a kid? Are they planning to have a kid? Are they fresh off a divorce? I mean, there's so many variables. But what's crazy is, and I've had agents tell me this, they're afraid to ask the hard questions, which is nuts to me.
Yeah.
You're afraid to ask you have to ask the hard questions because you have to know your buyer. Like, you have to know them. And the reality is, if you don't take the time to do it and that doesn't work out, someone else will.
Right.
You know, it's like, just do it. You know, what's the worst you could say? And if you're really worried about it, do the thing where you have to, like, hey, I don't want to be offensive, whatever. Like, do whatever makes you feel better in your head to, like, prerequisite your question with, you know what I mean? Because some people are like that. They, not to be offensive, but I just had to ask. I'm like, okay, well, it was offensive anyway, but just ask. You know, but you know what I'm getting at. Like, ask the right questions. And it's not so simple as, like, I got the lead from Zillow. This is the house they want. Guarantee that person has about 400 houses in their favorites list that they hearted. And they're guaranteed there's not really a big trend. And if there is, you need to figure out what the trend is with the 40 houses they have saved. You know what I mean? Like, you have 40 houses saved. What all do those 40 things have in common? Like, what's the main denominator in all of those?
Right.
Oh, it's this. Oh, shit. Okay, so it's the schools that are really driving this because you have 3 kids. And, like, you're looking for specific schooling. And, okay, cool. Cater the search to that. But people are scared. These agents, they're scared to talk and, like, and it's communicate.
And you know, I'm at 5 years, so I can't call myself a super experienced agent. But you know, I've seen some stuff in the past 5 years.
I've seen some.
Yeah, I've seen some of
Your
that.
last deal was a little crazy.
Oh gosh, yes. So yes, I've seen plenty of different circumstances, but we did have such an influx of realtors like me coming in during that time frame.
Yeah.
And so now you're in the weeding out process. Who is sticking in, who's hanging in there, who's going to continue to make it, and who's on their way out.
That's a good point, because there's a lot of what they call transactional realtors who literally they do like what you said, Melvin. They go through and they say, okay, bedrooms, bathrooms, price range. All right, here's your 5 homes. Let's go look at them, make an offer. Boom, boom, boom. Those people end up racking up the transactions that may or may not stick or fall apart. When you're a relationship-based agent, which I feel like you are, every time I talk to you about your client of yours, you know their whole life story.
Yes.
Like, you know everything going on.
You have to.
Yeah.
You should. Yeah. Absolutely.
How can you sell somebody the biggest investment of their life and not know who they are? And
but there's a lot of that out there.
Yeah, what's driving them? How do you not know that?
Well, then you become their realtor for life. Can I say that? Can I say for life?
We'll find out.
Okay. So there's a story I'll tell you when we're off air.
I was about to say, it seems okay. Obviously missing something.
You become their realtor for life because they know you, you know them. You've mingled the families, the stories, their whole everything. And that's how you build a database business that's not just like a new lead every time you have a new deal.
Right.
Like, it's the past clients, it's the client's cousin, it's the client's
Oh my God, and that's the referrals you get from
referral-based
that.
business.
You know, it's the referrals you get from that, from doing
Yes.
it. And they were using a word upstairs. I was talking to some of our title folks upstairs. You know, due diligence is thrown around a lot, you know, but like a lot of these agents aren't doing their due diligence, you know, like a situation we were talking about earlier was something as simple as a piece of land, right? And they're blaming title for the land concern because they can't do what they wanted to do on that land. That has nothing to do with us. We just did the title work for it. Like the agent should have.
Who can I blame?
Correct.
Yourself.
Yeah.
It's your job
It's
to
like,
figure
you know,
that out.
the agent didn't take the time to figure out the zoning. And, you know, obviously on title, we get it. We check the zoning. Here's what it's zoned for, et cetera, done. Like, we're not changing anything. We just got the request, right?
Right.
But the agent didn't do their due diligence, and now they closed on this piece of land that they can't build what they wanted to build on initially because it's not zoned for that properly.
Right.
You know, but it's like, that's not our fault. But the agent did not do their homework. The agent did not.
No, they want to blame it somewhere else.
They got their paycheck, they got their commission, and they probably, you know, moved on. But they didn't, you know, and I get if you don't know, but again, kind of leads, and I think something else that we're going to be talking about too is I think a lot of that falls onto having the right backing, having the right, whether it's a broker, whether it's a team, whether it's a group, whatever you want to call it, right? I'm finding that a lot of people aren't, they start in a certain spot, but they're not like meshing with their group or team or whatever, or they outgrow them, which is totally fine. Right. Or they're just not getting enough help. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of like, I'm not getting help. Right. You're 5 years in, you have a lot of answers to a lot of questions you didn't have 5 years ago, but you still need someone you can rely on for like those one-offs that you're like, whoa, I've never seen this happen. Like you need someone to trust, someone to fall back on, to be like, all right, how do we handle this situation?
Right.
A lot of people don't have that right now. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't have that, and they're searching for it. They're searching pretty hard. And it usually leaves them in weird spots, bouncing here, bouncing there, jumping here, trying this, and then trying that until they find what works for them.
We are seeing a lot of people jump brokerage to brokerage. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. I think it's a point of discovery right now. In our market, you do have a little bit more time to go and visit with different brokerages, talk with them. So you started off right when COVID kind of became a thing, like fall of 2020, right? Mm-hmm. So then you were with Florida Executive.
Yes.
At the time, that's the brokerage you chose. So
yes.
Chantel and I live in the same neighborhood. So there is, that's why we're in the same book. We're in the same book club. So there is a brokerage like literally right in there. There's a couple, but that one had like a standalone building by itself inside of the area, kind of near where new construction was happening. And I think you wanted something nearby so you weren't driving all over God's creation.
Right. Yeah. Well, I had and this is one of these things you learn later, that you needed the office close by. Mm-hmm. You don't need the office close by. You don't really need the office, but unless you just want it.
Right. Which makes sense because a lot of these companies now are cloud brokerages, Real and EXP and LPT and
You don't need the office, but I, as a new agent, thought, oh my gosh, it needs to be close because I got to be there and I've got to be in the office. You don't need the office. Unless you just want to be. I mean, some people like that camaraderie and like a physical brick and mortar building. Right. And ultimately I do, but I 90% of the time working on the road or from my house.
Yeah, you're prioritizing.
Right. Yeah. You're prioritizing my time.
We do drive a freaking lot.
Yes.
I
have a lot of sellers right now, which shows how when I first started, I had more buyers than sellers. Now it's flipped. I have more sellers than buyers.
Oh, wow.
So I would call myself more of a seller's agent now. Yeah, because that's primarily been my business.
Did you anticipate that when you started? Like,
no. Oh my gosh, sellers agents were like, they were like, the kings and queens of real estate, like kiss the ring. And I was like, I want to be a seller's agent someday, and I thought I could never get there because I thought this market would always be like it is. Mm-hmm. And then when it shifted, then suddenly people are my referrals because I'm a referral-based business. Referrals are saying, "Oh, can you sell my house for me?" I'm like, well, yes, I can.
Sure.
You're like, I think I can. Let me do it. And they did it a couple times, and you're like, I actually like this. I see why everybody wants to do this.
Yes, because it gets you off the road. Yes. So I work with buyers, and I enjoy working with buyers still because for me, it's a treasure hunt. Trying to find what it is they're looking for.
Got to be fulfilling when you find it, though.
Oh, yes,
you get that vibe.
It really is.
It is. It is so fun.
You're like, yes!
I'm going to find it. And you're like, you're going to love this. You're going to freaking love this house.
And I love your little crab fingers.
And then they do.
Lobster claws.
Yes. This house is my lobster.
Oh, my God.
You're my lobster.
You're my lobster.
Do you know Friends?
I have no idea about
Friends reference.
Oh.
No, you never watched Friends.
No.
What? How?
I get in trouble a lot. I also haven't watched Golden Girls, and apparently that's like a gay tragedy if I haven't watched it. Like
I'm surprised they haven't kicked you out of the club.
They pulled my card. They took my card away. And then, then my straight friends took my card away because I never watched The Goonies. So I don't have any cards yet. All my cards are gone.
Gosh, Melvyn, you got to find your people.
Prioritize.
I did post about a glazed donut this morning. That's getting a lot of action. So.
Well, you're all about the social media stuff. You're social media trends. I'm like, what about this guy? Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's talk about Friends. The
lobster. We're definitely going to get into your social media in just a minute, but because I did want to talk about, we have a lot of agents moving around.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of agents asking us, should I move? Mm-hmm. Like they're asking, because we know a lot of brokerages, right? We work with a lot of different types of brokerages, cloud-based, whether it's boutique, small, whether it's Remax, it's Keller Williams, like we're all over the place. We see it all. So people ask us all the time, like based off what you know about me, what do you think a good spot for me to go is. And so, we give our recommendations based off of, what we think would be great. But when you moved, you were on a team, you were not on a team, and then now you're in a new brokerage.
Yes.
Literally brand new.
Well, yeah, and I had talked to you about it quite a bit because you know so many different brokerages. I was at the point I didn't necessarily need to leave. It wasn't like anything was wrong, other than I wanted some better splits. But it was, what is that next step for me? So I'm not bumbling around anymore. I know kind of mostly know what I'm doing, except in those random crazy circumstances. But, I've got a pretty good handle on this right now. Yeah. So what's that next step for me? I'm at the 5-year mark. How do I continue my growth? How do I elevate it to the next level? And because the past, last year and this year, despite the market circumstances being what they were, still had my best 2 years.
You did great last 2 years.
So given that, obviously something is clicking, something is working, but how do I keep that going and how do I elevate it to the next level? So that's what my search was in looking for a new brokerage home.
I'm going to bring up, just in case there are a lot of realtors will listen to this, but there are a lot of people that are not realtors that will listen. I'm going to explain just real quick, like what she means by she doesn't want as big of a split. So when you are an agent and you work for a brokerage, the brokerage typically takes a percentage of every commission that you have, and they take it right off the top. So let's say 20%. Some brokerages do 10, some do 5, some do 0% that they take. So the realtor themselves gets 100% of the commission. They usually base those type of brokerages per transaction, right? They'll pay like X amount of dollars per transaction. So you only, pay that amount no matter how much the sale was, right? You only pay $500, $600, whatever it is. Every brokerage has a different way of making that money through the brokerage. And what your money is supposed to do when you pay for it is to pay for things like technology, training, support, office space. That's why they collect the money. But as an agent who doesn't use an office because you work from the road or from home, you don't really need to be paying for the office space. Someone who's now in your 5th year, training so much isn't on your radar. You know the contract, you know how to negotiate, things like that. You
more
go
support at this point than training.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right. Support, being able to have someone like an attorney on call that they can talk through special legal situations, or like, hey, I've got this piece of land for sale and I have no idea how to find out whether it's zoned for agriculture or residential or multifamily. Like, what's it zoned for? How do I find out? Like, if you've never done something like that, you need someone to point you in the right direction, who's on call, who's available to you.
You know what it's like? Have you been watching that show, The Pit? It's one of those doctor shows. Doctor shows. I love doctor shows. But if you think about the hierarchy in a hospital for doctors, you have your residents, and then you have your attendings, and you have your interns, residents, attendings. So that's what it is. Yeah. If you translate that to the real estate world too, when you're first coming in, you're kind of an intern and you need somebody you're attending to go to with questions. And then you graduate to the next level, and then you need the next level beyond that. So I feel like I've graduated from the first level, and now,
for sure.
Yeah, now I'm the resident, I guess.
Right.
But I still need my attending because I still occasionally have questions. So I need that person that's been in the business 10 years, right, to be able to guide me on those crazy situations that come up. So
but there's some trainings that are just like out there that you can go to. Like, I know whether it's how to build your business, how to scale your business, how to work social media, how to get better at marketing, you can typically find that outside of your brokerage. So like people that ask us the questions, like, I'm looking for a brokerage that has really good splits, for someone who they don't really need all the crap.
They're very hands off. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They don't need
a hand holding anymore.
Right. They go find their own training. All of that. So I don't know what your new one is, and we don't need to disclose it or anything like that. But it is something that a lot of realtors at some point turn to. Mm-hmm. They turn to a brokerage that takes less from them, so that they can go and put that money elsewhere. Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming that's what you do. So you want to rebrand, you want to remarket yourself, you want to get better at marketing yourself. You said you've had the last 2 years have been your best years. Mm-hmm. But you want to obviously break that plateau and move into the next hierarchy of sales.
Keep raising the bar.
Right. Keep raising the bar. Mm-hmm. And you need money for that.
Right.
Like, I remember when I was a Keller Williams agent, I paid Keller Williams $21,000 a year.
Oh, it's a car.
Ouch. Yeah. And it, there's a lot of training going on in Keller Williams. Obviously all the stuff that I said that is a benefit you got, but then right now, if I were to get back into real estate as a full-time agent, hell no.
Yeah.
I'm not paying $21,000.
I know, and you would see these DA forms that we have to fill out to show our splits when a commission is coming in. And I would see these enormous numbers that was being paid back to the brokerage. I'm like, why?
Wow.
Maybe I needed that in the first couple of years, but
there's a lot of people that do.
Anymore.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that do. I always like to call it like the stepping stone brokerage. Like, you don't know what you're doing. You need the leads. You can't afford to buy the leads on your own. There's so many caveats. Like, you're brand new. You got to buy signs. You got to buy super lock boxes. There's all these pluses. And you're like, I need to figure it out. I think a lot of the stepping stone brokerages are really good for that. They'll take a big split, but they're also handing you a lot of things. So it's less of you marketing and doing. It's more of you just getting into the groove of, okay, this is how this works. And I mean, let's be real. A lot of these brokerages, they don't hand you the best quality leads. They're just kind of like whatever they got left.
But there's a hierarchy to that too.
So you're not,
definitely.
for sure. But you're not necessarily working like a super qualified $2 million buyer, like right off the bat. Like, you got to work for these little paychecks that you're getting, and it's, I've seen very few people that have longevity in that. And what's crazy is recently I've been diving into it more because I've been going pretty hard on my CRM, like going through every single person I've ever met. And like pulling stats and looking at things. It's crazy because you'll get those realtors that are still in that, but they become more of like volume. They're doing volume at lower amounts, but more houses. But then if you look at some of the other agents like yourself, you may not have the volume, but like you
personally
more.
are making more per deal.
Right. Which to me is a lot less headache. I'd rather have quality over quantity. I've always been that way.
Yes, me too.
But for some people it works. You just have to figure out what works for you. And I think if you haven't tried those brokerages, you don't know what the hell you're doing. That's usually the first place people go, the KWs and the heavy splits. What's the new? Now the new thing is the Zillow thing, man. Where like Zillow Flex, and you have to use Zillow Home Loans, and they take like 40% or something crazy. And it's like, and I have agents I've talked to even recently. They're like, yeah, but I like that. I know it's less of a commission, but I'm not paying for leads, and they kind of just hand them to you. And I'm like, okay, well, if that works for you, that works, but not for everyone. And maybe it's just for a season. It works in the beginning. You're like, cool, I get this now. I need more money in my pocket.
Yeah. Well, and I still want to have a life too. I mean,
part.
Yeah.
Right.
I do not want my entire existence to be, 100 hours a week, just busting at real estate. I don't want that. I like work-life balance.
You've got a 9th grader or 10th grader?
No, he's 8th.
8th.
Yeah,
eighth
the other
grader?
one's in college,
Right.
freshman, University of Florida, go Gators.
Go Gators. It was really hard for her to say that because she's actually a Georgia fan.
Yes, I had to convert. I still love Georgia, always will love my Bulldogs, but my money is now going to UF, so go Gators. And I'm so proud of my son for getting it. That is a hard school to get into.
It is a very hard school.
I'm very proud of him. Anthony, I'm very proud of you.
Can we do the...
We are proud of you. Clap.
Go Gators.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've got a life obviously to live, and you've got kids to take care of. So we're not chasing, we're not chasing those leads that may or may not work out, and you're showing 20 homes because you don't even have time to have that 2-hour long conversation to get to the root of their desires.
I like the business that I have. That is, the referral-based business, and I like working with people that I know or at least have, 1 degree of separation from.
Oh, I like it. Yeah. So you're joining the new brokerage. Do you want to tell us?
Well, right now, they're rebranding as well. And this was part of what appealed to me is because I feel like I'm in a rebranding phase and I'm joining a brokerage that is rebranding as well. And it's all about syncing up with change at the same time. Mm-hmm. And as they change to grow, I'm changing to grow.
Oh my gosh, grow together.
I know.
It's a grow together.
Lobsters.
Lobsters.
But Yes, so it's a Line Right Realty South Shore, which is Apollo Beach, which is about 30 minutes from Fishhawk. But I part-time still fitness instructor at the YMCA in Big Bend, so that office is all of 7 minutes down the road. And I have a lot of ties with people in Apollo Beach because of being at that Y for 6 years, since the day they opened. So it seemed like a good place. Plus, I just love showing houses on the water. I spent all this past Saturday, took this couple from Georgia who was from my hometown. So crazy. Took them around homes in Apollo Beach, and we looked at waterfront homes, 10 different waterfront homes, and I just loved it.
I just spent 4 days in Georgia. I just got back last night.
Actually. Are you coming to the waterfront brokerages tomorrow for the Brokers Open?
Yes.
We got 2.
Yes, because I have to be I have to be in the office tomorrow because there's a training. But I am going to pop by and see. But I can only come to one. But yes, I am going to pop by and see that one.
They're both beautiful. They're both very different. But
That's
they're
right.
both
You're
beautiful.
floating on a boat to houses.
Yes.
Yes, I have a training. I'm going to hop on the boat. I'm going to go see the house, and then I got to go back because there's another training at 1:00, which is all having to do with our rebranding. So it's a Line Right Realty South Shore now, but is being rebranded to, it's going to be called 27 North, which is the latitude of Apollo Beach.
That sounds so bougie.
Like, it is, and it's going to be a brokerage.
I'm going to chat GPT a custom drink that we can order called the 27 North.
Oh, there he goes. Look at him. Because it's right down the street from Finn's and Circles.
Okay, so I'm going to have a drink
Apollo
by the
Beach
time I get to Finn's tomorrow for the 27 North. I'm going to figure it out.
Look at him go.
Yeah, he's going to be
that's
there.
That's a cool name.
Yes.
It's very cool. It sounds crisp and clean and
yes,
there's a meaning behind it. I love a meaning behind it.
Yes, big plans,
Cute.
which I'm very excited to be a part of. So this rebranding shouldn't happen in the next 3 to 4 weeks. So,
Nice.
It's not officially launched yet. I can't put logos out there or anything like that yet. But
I can't wait to see
it's
the logo.
coming soon.
I think you sent me maybe a preview.
Yes, I sent you a preview. Yes,
and it is very sassy.
It's
very sassy.
It is. Yes, the whole nautical theme tying in with what Apollo Beach is all about. Apollo Beach is about the waters and about the waterfront. So that's what they're tying in with. Yes,
I love that.
Great time.
We're about 5 minutes left. So I want to get into what you're kind of known for.
Oh dear. What am I known for?
You're known for on social media.
Taking it out. The
orbillary. She's very out of the orbillary. So on social media,
yes,
you're kind of the one, you've been doing a lot.
I do.
You are on there a lot. You post pretty consistently. When I asked you one time, I'm like, where's all this business coming from? You're like, it's these dumb videos.
Honestly, it's my dumb
Which is
dancing
crazy
videos.
because I've known you for a very long time too, because I used to do the tech and titles, and when you first started to do these videos, and you were just like, what the fuck am I doing? What am I doing? Why do I do this?
I just had a ding ding light on moment because you asked earlier, when did you start all these videos? It was from Tech and Title.
Yes.
Oh,
so
you did it.
Yes.
It was Melvyn.
Yeah. I was like, just do it. I don't care what they look like.
Yes.
Just do it. They could look like shit. It doesn't matter because people just need to see your face. They need to vibe with your personality.
Honest to goodness, that's where it came from.
And if your personality is crazy, quirky, wild, I don't care who you are, what you're into, somebody will vibe with you. They just have to know. And if you don't give them the opportunity to know, how would they know? How will they know?
So I had an Instagram account, and I started just browsing videos on Instagram. I'm like, these are stupid. These are ridiculous.
Right.
But I can do this. I can be stupid and ridiculous.
Right.
So I started making these videos just for fun. And what you see is it's just me.
Right.
I don't work with scripts. I don't use teleprompters. I bought a ring light, and that's about as much as I've invested into this whole little enterprise of mine.
Right.
If you look at the background, it's in my living room.
Right.
80% of the time.
Living room or in the house that you're showing, or if you're doing an open house. I think my favorite video that you ever did was the one with the flamingo in the background.
Now, yes, that is a house that's currently on the market.
At least you knew it was a flamingo.
Why hasn't that one? I know.
We walked out of this restaurant. We went to, it was in Newport Richie, and there's this little boutique store next door. And we walk out, and homegirl is like, oh my God, let me take a picture with the penguins. And I look, I'm like, those are flamingos, girl. Like, tell me you're in real estate without telling me you're in real estate.
Yeah.
You first.
Oh my God. Okay. Let me take a picture of these freaking flamingos.
You can't be in Florida and confuse a flamingo.
You know what? But you
a penguin.
It's a very
you know,
strong
your
glitch.
social media, it's so cool to see, you know, the transition. Because, you know, when you first started posting, it was like most of us where you're just like, here's a video post, right?
Or they were like a minute long.
Yeah. Or too long. Or like,
way too long.
yeah.
Or I was talking. In the initial ones, I talked a lot.
Yep.
And then I realized, do I sit there and watch videos when people are talking? Like,
That part.
That's a good point.
Next. No, I don't. I
Correct.
watch the ones that got great music in the background.
And they're-
Preferably funny.
Something
funny.
eye-catchy.
Yes. And you can give me little snippets of information, very
Yep.
small. Just a little bit, just throw a little info out of me, and 10, 15 seconds, and we're done. We're moving on.
And you're doing it right. You know, you're doing the freeze frames with the captions on them, you know, so people know what they're looking at before they click it. You know what I mean? Like, and it works. You know, it
and I
works.
started using hooks, and
Hell yeah.
I got CapCut, but I'm still not convinced that Instagram likes CapCut, so
No.
I don't use it that much because I find the videos
Just
get
use
less.
edits.
Yeah, I started
yeah,
using
use
edits.
edits.
But it's funny. I mean, I don't get, in the grand scheme of things, I'm not viral. I don't get a ton of views. But one video I did last week was my most, quote, viral video ever. It had over 10,000 views in one day.
Wow.
Wow.
And then the next day, the next one
Oh,
had like,
yeah.
like
Which
the
one was
usual
it?
500.
All right. So watch to the end.
Let me see.
10,500.
Oh, it was the one with which Rachel from Milestone had posted her version of it because it's been floating around.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the one about finding my husband doesn't like the house. I got to find another one, and then the realtor says, "No problem, I'll get you a new one." And then she's scrolling through men, implying that you're going to get a new
Right.
husband. Apparently, that resonated with people.
Yeah,
because I had
it's
tons
funny.
of comments, I had tons of likes,
You
and
do?
tons of views.
Yeah.
But then the next day, I'm back to my 500.
Well, you just never
Yeah, and
know.
7 people like sent it to other people too.
Yes, nobody
Yeah.
ever shares my stuff. So yeah,
And
apparently
look at you made it with edits.
I did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I do have to throw that little plug in there. I have seen that. I do. What's the word? Corroborate. What's the word?
Cooperate?
What's the one where you do things
Collaborate?
together? No.
Collaborate?
Collaborate? No. It's the thing where people like the same thought together.
I concur.
That part.
Honestly, I
Holy
there is a-
shit, did I just glitch? I don't know that word. I'm going to look it up
there
later.
is, yeah, there is a word, but I don't know what it is.
glitched on this
Hold on.
exact word last week. Still couldn't think of it. I just moved on to my thought and just skipped over the word. I was like,
No.
I'm not even going to say it.
I'm trying to figure out the word. Corroborate, collaborate. What's the word that I'm looking for that like when you're two
Corrobos?
people do things together with an idea?
They're going to say collaborate.
I hope it's not an unhinged mode.
But yeah, with the social media, it's just
No worries at all. You're absolutely on track. Collaborate is exactly the word you're looking
That's
for.
not
no,
the
it's
word.
not the word. It's
No,
not the word.
No,
We're gonna
it's
keep looking.
Collaborate.
No, it's okay. We'll keep
Collaborate.
looking.
I'll figure you out.
See,
later.
I did this glitch last week and I said, is it cooperate? And I'm like, that's not
That's like a koala break.
like a cooperate.
No, but I do think, like, to that point, you know, Masiri, the head of Instagram and stuff, he comes on quite often. If nobody follows the Masiri, like, look him up, follow him. He is the head of Instagram. He has been debunking all kinds of myths and thoughts about hashtags and this and algorithms. And, like, he's telling you how Instagram actually does things. So if you want to know, perfect thing to follow. That or the creators account. Both of them have really good resources. But it has been proven that like using third-party apps, especially if there's watermarks, that the algorithm's bumping those back pretty heavily.
I found
So
that
try
to
to
be
get rid
true.
of the watermarks. Try not to make something in CapCut that you just copy paste into Instagram. If the CapCut watermark's on there, if TikTok's watermark's on there, the algorithm's picking that up and throwing it to the back. But it does obviously prefer you to use their own stuff. So, you know, and then if you've probably seen using the Edits app, there's a lot of features in there. It shows you a lot more insights and views than even the Instagram app shows you as far as
It
like.
gets me a daily report,
Yeah.
which I like.
Yeah.
It'll
And
tell
there's like
you
little
how many
cards
views
that you can
got.
swipe through to see like how things are going. So I highly recommend it. It's very simple for those that are doing content like yourself that, you know, you don't need to do this big ass production. Edits is perfect. Does your captions, does your colors, does your slow-mo, all the things you need without all the extra, you know?
Yes, and it's and
Plug.
yeah, and it's a matter of being consistent with it. And that's not just so the algorithm picks you up. That's just so your sphere sees you.
Right.
And that's why I'm doing it. I have gotten 0 new clients like fresh, never have met me before, contacted me
From
for video.
social.
Never. But I've had
Sis.
plenty of leads from people I knew before.
Right.
That see my stuff on social media, and it keeps me top of mind.
Exactly.
Boom,
That's-
that part.
Exactly.
You have to
That's
go
why I do
into
it.
social media with the right mindset, and too many people are going in for followers and counts and view counts and this and that. Your mindset is exactly where it needs to be.
Yeah.
You're doing it for top of mind. You know, at the end of the day, and even if it's not top of mind, it is just to have that. I can't say how many people, I don't even know how to put it into words. Words are hard today. But like, how many people who know
every day.
you
Corroborate.
and who have closed with you or whatever, and they're just like, I want you to see, like, this is my realtor. Like, she's so funny. Like, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like, there's a lot of that happening. You know, you may not get the shares or the sends or the retweets or whatever, all the things, the reposts and all
Or the
that.
viral, yeah.
Yeah, but they're literally at the dinner table, like, look.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about, because anybody else who's not on social, they're forgettable.
Right.
I hate to say it, but they're forgettable.
Yeah, exactly.
Be memorable for something, right? And if that is just being goofy and fun or dancing, or, you know, we have a rollerblading realtor we've met. Like, that's her thing. She rollerblades. We've had the running realtors. We've had, you know, the guitar playing realtors. We've had all the things. We've got the realtor with the red slippers, you know, like, find a thing that people will latch on to and, yeah, corroborate. I knew it.
And
But how do you say it?
Corroborate. I knew that was the right word. Corroborate.
Corroborate.
Corroborate. It's when
It sounds like you're saying collaborate wrong.
right. It
But
does.
that is a word.
I told you it's a word.
It's when someone tells a story and you back it up.
Yeah, corroborate.
Corroborate.
We'll
I
work on
knew
it.
it was a word.
We'll work on it.
I'm not illiterate.
But yeah, with social media, the thing is, it's free.
Right.
That
That's
part.
the thing. I spent all
they
this
don't
money
have time.
sending out these postcards with QR codes that somebody could scan to get the value of their home. So I would get the notification that somebody had scanned my QR code. I'm like, oh, yay, get all excited. And then like a week later, I'll see the house listed with somebody else. I'm like, they're using my cards to make sure their realtor doesn't suck, basically. So I'm like, I'm not giving you that little freebie anymore.
That's right.
Yeah, so I'm pulling my cards back.
Pulling my card.
Taking my toys and going home.
Taking my toys.
And I'm making
Pulling my power
videos.
back.
Right.
Yeah, so I stopped the cards because they were not proving lucrative for me, and all
Yeah.
I was doing was helping other realtors.
I think it's such a highly saturated market,
just-
which you're in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fish Hawk is crazy.
Right.
It's a way to stand out, though. And what you're doing is not rocket science either. You know, I see a lot of what you're doing is kind of just following the trends.
Yeah.
Now, what's a
fun.
trend? Just copy it.
It's a
It's a voiceover. It's a dance over. It's
And
not
I'm
even speaking.
creative. I have a creative mind, and it needs to be not exorcised. It needs to be exercised. Not exorcised. But it needs to be exercised. So it can be a creative outlet for me too. And most of my videos, I get the occasional one that I see a trending thing and I just take it and kind of rebrand it. But a lot of mine came from my brain.
Right.
The thing with the ghost and the skeleton, I didn't copy that from anybody. That's
No,
mine.
that's funny.
And if you see it, it's because they copied me.
Right. If you
Because that
say-
is, that is mine.
I was the inspo in this situation.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for being on our show today.
Oh, well, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah.
Yay.
I think you
excited.
gave a lot of little nuggets that people who are just in your same boat are like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to switch. I'm going to do more videos. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take my business a little bit more serious, or, whatever.
Do it. Prioritize.
And rebrand.
You know,
Reinvent
it's
yourself.
not. I mean, I made a joke about it earlier, but like, I don't have time.
Yes, you do.
You do have time. You're not.
You're not
I mean,
prioritizing your time.
listen. I'll be honest with you. I always be keeping it real, but like, you don't have time, but your stats are showing otherwise. I'm like, what are we doing?
Well, that's
like,
what
I
I
don't
used to tell people as a
understand.
personal trainer. That was the number one thing. I don't have time to work out. I'm like, yes, you do.
You literally do.
You didn't schedule it. You have
Right.
to schedule it just like you schedule anything else.
We all have kids. We all have
Yeah.
this. We
We
all have
all
life.
have
Life is
the
lifing
things.
all the
Yes.
time.
We all
But
have
you
all the
need to
things.
prioritize. If your goal is to become successful in real estate, that has to be your goal. That has to be your drive. There's a lot of half timers and part timers, and it's like, if you're not all in, you're not going to get the results that you're comparing yourself to. And that's what I see so much. I'm comparing myself. Well, how come this person's doing so well? They're doing more. They're doing the damn thing.
They literally
And
work till 10 p.m.
whether that's social media, whether that is something as simple as CRM. I mean, we talked to someone recently that apparently is doing $1 to $2 million in sales a year as a retired real estate agent out of their old CRM that they refer business out of. You know what I mean? So like I personally have it's taken me 4.5 hours to get through each person individually, but I'm going through each person in my CRM because there's value there. Social media may not be for you, you know, big brokerage may not be for you. Cloud brokerage may not be for you, but with anything else, if you don't try it, you're not going to ever figure out what is for you and what works. This whole one size fits all thing, that's not real estate.
That's not anything.
Like, it's not, you know, and if you're looking and you're comparing yourself to someone else, like, oh, their social media is beautiful. It doesn't have to be. Like, just get out there, let people know who you are and have fun with it. And then I think it'll just fill in some gaps. Like, whatever your creative juice is, run with it. And for some people, it maybe their creative juice is like,
I thought you were gonna say drink it.
Bomb ass like closing gifts. If you're like if you're like a bomb ass closing gift builder, cool. Showcase that. Like, cool. My closing gifts are the best. Everybody always wants to copy me. There's something you do that someone else aspires to become or to be or to do. Capitalize on that part. Whatever that is, just figure out what it is and just do that as your thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
Just have fun with it and find your vibe, find your tribe.
Be authentic.
Be authentic. Oh, be authentic.
Always.
Be authentic.
Let's all say it really close to the mic.
Authentic.
Authentic. That's one word we all agree is real.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, we're still working on cooperate.
Yeah, that
but
one we know how to
That's a
pronounce.
real
We know
word.
the definition.
authenticity.
we can pronounce that word.
Yeah.
All right. So, where can people find you?
My Instagram is Chantel Sells Tampa, and that's CHANTEL. Chantel Sells Tampa. It's changed a few times, but I think this works, so I'm going to keep it. And also on Facebook, it's Chantel D_Realtor.
D_Realtor. That's your Facebook page?
Yeah, that's the business page.
That's the business page.
But if you want to be my friend, I have a personal page too. You can send me a friend request.
Don't be my friend.
Yeah, I like friends. I never have too many.
No.
We will put all of this in the show notes. So if you're just wanting to pick Chantel's brain as a fellow real estate agent, or if you're like, hey, I really connect with this realtor.
Yes.
I want to
You're wanting to buy or sell a home based on what I've said today.
Right. Do you know someone who would like to buy, sell, or invest in real estate?
Or hell, maybe you're looking for a bomb ass team that has a really cool name that might have a custom drink after the end of this week. I don't know.
That's
Just
right.
saying. There's that part too. More to come on that though. I'd wink, but you probably can't see it. You could. This is what it
Or
sounded
would you
like.
want to? Is the better question.
True.
All right. Well, we will catch you next time. Thanks for seeing you.
Yeah.
This one.
What about just thanks for seeing you?
Listen.
I'm not going to tell the story every time. Like, this is our sign off. We used to say brew good, do good. We can't do that anymore because that's not our logo. But that was an open house that I did for our brokers open. Anyway. People were leaving and they were like, hey, bye, catch you later. It's good to see you. And I was like, thanks for seeing you.
Thanks for seeing you. Ooh,
Sometimes
it's
this
unique.
industry really just gets your brain fried.
I think that was the day before I said I wanted to pet that penguin.
The penguin that was a flamingo.
Can I pet that penguin?
I was like, girl, it's time to take a break.
It's time for a break.
Time for a break. We're going to go ahead and go on a little 3-day cruise on Margaritaville for the seas or something.
Ooh, okay.
Disappear for 3 days and come back.
Oh, pick me.
Yeah, listen, we're going to do it.
Well, thanks for seeing you.
Yes, thanks for seeing
Hell,
me too.
everybody share this podcast. Hell, if we get big enough, maybe we could do like a podcast cruise, like where like all of our followers come. You know, share it with everyone.
Share it with everyone.
Okay, signing off.
Bye.